you're welcome to another interesting episode of Inside Out. And this week we'll be talking about something that has affected a lot of married couples. In a marriage, one expects that after maybe 1-2 years, you should be looking forward to a baby. In fact, we did a recording where the guy said marriage is for the purpose of procreation. That if you do not have children, everybody will start to point fingers and ask you what's wrong, what's happening. A lot of the time, it is fertility issues are usually associated with women. I don't know whether that is right. Maybe I should start by asking Doc, is there a higher percentage of women?
Actually, it's equally shared.
It's equally shared.
Parties.
So why is there an impression that it's always the woman's problem?
Again, because women are more concerned, and then the society looks at the woman as the one that is unable to achieve.
Even when sometimes it's not? Even
when many times, sometimes more often than not, the problem is on the other side.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good way. That's good information, because most of the time when you hear that a couple is childless, everybody points at the woman immediately. Like, what did you do with yourself when you were younger that you cannot have children now? There's always something wrong or something in her history or in her family. So it's interesting to hear you say that. So with that, Pastor, please let me talk to you. Let's hear, I mean, what you can share with us, what your stories, and how you have been able to work with it.
My own situation is a very, very unique one.
Okay.
To start with, I am the only child of my parents.
Wow. The only child?
Yes, I lost my father at age 1. So it was my mother that was nurturing me. Unfortunately, she's late now. She died 5 years ago.
Oh, well, she lived
March 26, 2011.
At least she lived to see you grow.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
so we thank God for
and our preoccupation that time was, I want to see my grandchild. But unfortunately, she could not live to see her grandchild because she just had a baby some 3 months ago.
Now, you summarized everything in 2 sentences, but it looks like there's a big story there.
Definitely.
Okay, mine was just for 5 years. So, you know,
you have been married for 5 years?
No, I got married 11th of April 2007.
Okay.
Yeah. So since then, you know, nothing. I wasn't.
And everybody was already pointing at you.
Exactly. So
what happened? First year,
nothing happened. Second year, I was just saying maybe because I was in school actually. So people were like, maybe because I'm in school. That was why I didn't want to get pregnant. So, but in my mind, I would just be telling them, yes, it's because I was in school. But deep inside, I know it's not because I was in school, because if we vacate, I'll come to Lagos and meet my husband, but nothing happened. So when I graduated, I moved in finally with my husband. First year, no, nothing happened till we went to different hospitals. There's even one place we went to at Orile side. So the woman, she gave us some concoctions to drink.
You drank it?
Of course.
What did you drink?
I don't even know what I drank. She was just in a bottle. I drank it.
Why did you do that?
Because I was looking for a child. There was one that they gave my husband. That one, if my husband wants to take it, he would tell me to bring scissors so that I will cut the thing, because it's so gummy like rubber, just to help him his sperm. But I don't know. But my husband was like, he doesn't want to drink this. You know, tell him you better drink it, though. If you don't drink it.
How did you get to meet him?
I met him at General Hospital at Ifako.
Okay.
So I don't know how we met, but I just heard him discussing about gynecologists with somebody. So I met him. I said, doctor, if you can help me, that I want to get pregnant too, because I heard him telling to somebody.
Oh, he was talking to somebody else,
yes,
and
yes.
You were listening?
Yes.
That is how desperate you were.
My ears were like...
So let me ask this question. What kind of pressure is on you as a woman? Is it society that puts pressure on women, or do women put pressure on themselves?
It's the society. Society.
Okay, so you now walked up to him.
I told him, doctor, please, that I want to get pregnant. So he just said, he now looked at me and said, okay, that I should come to his hospital. So when I got to Strong Tower, he ran tests for me and invited my husband. So after everything, he told me that they need to calm my hormones. That's why I explained to him that I've taken so many concussions, I've taken so many things, vitamin E's, I've taken so many things. So I had to go to his lab. The lab is close to the hospital. So after everything, he gave us medicine for me and my husband. And
then, see the smile. And then your search was over. No more shaking wombs.
Yeah.
So you had your baby how long after?
I met him 2:11, so I gave it 2:12.
Wow.
To twins.
Say that again. Say that again.
A boy and a girl.
You had twins?
Yes.
At a go?
Michelle and Michael.
Oh, well done. No wonder your smile is from here to here. After all those things, it had better have been a boy and a girl. You see, God compensated you once for 5 years of waiting. And he's never late, is he? The essence of what we do here is when we see someone like you come out and talk, a lot of people are encouraged to actually move forward with their lives and know that there is hope. So can you please share with us a bit of what that story is?
Okay. We were married some 23 years ago, December 18, 1993.
You've been married for 23 years?
23 years.
Wow.
And since I believe God ordained us to be together, we've never had quarrel over issue of children. But we just believe with God.
For 23 years?
With God.
No pressures?
There were. But we remain unmoved.
Wow.
Some members of my family wanted me to marry another woman and just kept her somewhere. They were ready to finance it. I said, no, I wouldn't do that. I now look at them. If I am a lady, I am your daughter. How will you feel if you hear that your daughter's husband has done that to your daughter? And I really want to sincerely appreciate my friend, my brother, Dr. Ayodele. We attend his hospital since 1999. So sometime last year, he just said, my brother, I wanted to discuss something with you. And I was prompted to call him. He did the calling himself, that I would like to see you. We have to discuss at least some issues. And he brought it out that, I have this facility now, I am doing this. And I will want you at least to be part of it.
This was when?
Last year.
Last year?
Yes.
Okay.
And we just started, and before we know it, things just clicked. And
the way you are just saying this story is as if when we just last year, after 23 years, and before you know, is it that easy? It sounds like home video, Abi.
No, it's not. It's real story I'm telling you. Real thing I'm telling you. Real thing I'm telling you.
So you started treatment with him last year?
Yes.
After 22 years?
Yes.
And within 1 year, you have a baby?
Yes.
That is amazing, isn't it?
No, really, seriously.
Now, Doc, let's talk to you. You seem like the miracle worker.
It's God that does it.
I am very interested in how you were able to do this. What is the issue? From doing what you do, what do you find to be the problem? Why is there a high rate of infertility? And what has been your observation? I think that's where I want to start from.
Yeah, naturally, fertility itself is not a very efficient process.
Please explain.
Otherwise, people who live with their husbands should be able to get pregnant every month. But we know that is not what happens.
Yes.
So, but fortunately, there's always another time. another opportunity. So you discover that when young couples marry and they live together, the chances of getting pregnant is just about 20%.
Really?
Yes. But over time, you know, every month is another opportunity to get pregnant.
What is a reasonable amount of time to give before you even start to conclude that maybe there is a problem?
There is a problem. For young couples, it's actually about 1 year. We expect that some of them will get pregnant the first month, second month, third month, and on and on. But if within a year they've not gotten pregnant, then obviously there should be a reason and we should begin to investigate it.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is that there are clearly defined causes of infertility, and there are many.
Okay.
And depending on individual cases, it is the cause that will determine the kind of treatment that each person will require. The commonest cause of infertility is this tubal blockage.
Wow.
And that is why
in people who have been pregnant before.
That's what we call secondary infertility.
Wow.
You know, there are many other causes, but I'm just because of this time now.
Yes.
That the commonest cause of secondary infertility in Nigeria is, and in Africa as a whole, actually, is what we call tubal blockage or tubal damage.
So when you see tubal blockage, then you recommend an IVF?
That is the standard treatment.
How do you, is there a test you do to determine if there's tubal blockage? Is there a machine you put the person through or something?
The commonest test we do in Nigeria is what we call hysterosalpingography. It's an X-ray, HSG. That's how people
I will never remember that name. I can't even pronounce it.
That's the short name, HSG. It's an X-ray that outlines the womb and the tubes. And in the process of outlining it, we can be able to say whether those tubes are patent or blocked. Now, if one tube is blocked, the other tube may still give us hope of getting pregnant.
Now, after so long, like in Pastor's case, after so long, are you saying that nobody knew that this was the issue?
Now, it's one thing to know this was the issue. You know, like he said, sometimes financial considerations will stop some people. Sometimes there is these preconceived ideas that IVF is not natural, and so some people don't want to go near it. There's also this idea that it is only for people who don't have hopes that should go for IVF. You are asking me now, to what group of people would we recommend IVF? I've just mentioned one, bilateral tubal blockage, isn't it? The second one is in a situation, and that's another very common problem here, when there is a male factor. Now, let me mention here, you have mentioned earlier that women, they are the points of our focus.
Yes.
Now, how many men will come out, either to his family members, his friends, or even to the society, that I am the cause of the delay in our family? Not many people.
I've never even heard it.
Okay, not many people. And so you discover that in the process of these investigations, when we discover that the sperm or the semen of the man is deficient and unable to achieve pregnancy in the natural method, then it is either we recommend, depending on the level of deficiency, we either go on to do intrauterine insemination, which is IUI, or we go on to IVF. At this point, IUI simply means intrauterine insemination of the sperm, all right? The processed sperm, not the raw one. On the other hand, in vitro fertilization, IVF, is an advanced level, involves technological advancement to bring out the egg from the woman, because in this case, we must bypass the blocked tubes.
Yes.
Whereas in IUI,
so the tubes may not be blocked, but there might be a
the
male
problem might
deficient.
be with the male. Yeah. Yes. And where the problem is of a milder nature, with IUI, you might just process the sperm, remove the active ones, and put them inside the womb, which is closer to the eggs. So the journey they have to travel is shorter. You have removed the active ones, so you don't have the problem of clogging. And then, of course, you also do it with stimulating the woman. So at the end of the day, instead of one egg, when you are doing IUI, you're talking about 3 or 4 eggs. So there is a higher chance of pregnancy.
Until next week, when we come your way again, talking about something else equally as educative and entertaining. Bye-bye and see you next week.